Hello everyone, welcome back to Age of Mythology Divine Edition. Today we're going to be doing a deep dive into Yog-Sothoth. Yog-Sothoth's primary bonuses are in scouting. So at the beginning of the game, in addition to your 4 dreams, you get one form of the eye, and then shortly afterwards, a second one. These are flying scouts. They're quite weak, but they're free, and you can scout with them. Basically, Yog-Sothoth has the best scouting in the map because it gains Odin's map hacks almost instantaneously. Its god power creates stronger but immovable versions of these scouts. And like all Eldritch god powers, you can retrain it. A particularly good use of this I've found is if you have, say, town centers that you want to keep an eye on, and you scout them, you can send your forms of the eye over there, and once they get to the town center, move. You can now cast Eye Gate on them, which gives you a populationless, immovable eye that tanks quite a bit of damage if, say, a pharaoh and villagers show up, and tells you that they're there. If you feel particularly tryhard, you can do this on every single gold mine on the map. Eye Gate only costs 8 favor, making it roughly equivalent to about, I think, about 1 3/4 cultists. So 2 cultists will give you enough to buy 1 Eye Gate, and then you can just use it. You can monitor every gold map, every town center, every wood line, everything on the map. You can basically give yourself omniscience just by buying it through favor over and over again. Though, of course, the enemy will still probably want to destroy the Eye Gate. The cultist of Yog-Sothoth, as you might be able to imagine, transforms into more forms of the eye, which are also great for scouting. The voice of Yog-Sothoth empowers better than other voices, and can empower libraries, attainted town centers, and sacrificial circles. So it can do sacrificial circles, it can do libraries, it can do attainted town centers, and it empowers even better on temples than a normal voice would. Let's now go to the classical age. Yog-Sothoth's first and primary technology drastically increases the line of sight of all cultists, all cultist forms, and all eye gates. As you can see, this makes each eye gate even better at scouting and knowing every single thing that your opponent is doing. The increase is, I believe, a strict 2 times. With an attainted town center, oh, this one's closer. Anyways, with an attainted town center, Yog-Sothoth's unique technology, what is it called? I think Gates of Wisdom, isn't it? Yeah, Gates of Wisdom reduces the favor cost of all invokers. So, for example, we saw there was 8 before, now it is 4, halving the cost. This allows you to even more rapidly spam your eye gates all across the map. Now, I forgot to check the god bonuses on the main map, so hopefully I don't forget something, but if I recall correctly, yes. Under Yog-Sothoth, archers happen to have more range and line of sight. I forgot about Attainted Town Centers as well. Attainted Town Centers have more line of sight, so significantly more than a normal town center does. This can become particularly noticeable with all of the line of sight upgrades, as they are now quite large. So if I send these townsfolk over here to build this and check back in it later, we can see that it does indeed have large line of sight. Whoops. Somewhat less useful, but perhaps more thematic bonus of Yog-Sothoth is that gates are free. Gates themselves are stronger, so it, if you can see, exactly as strong as a normal wall, so there's no reason to not transform all of your wooden walls into gates. And they even have a larger line of sight, so if I send some cultists over here to build a wall across this bit of the map, and you can see the difference in line of sight is significant. Let's see how much it actually is. Yeah, 24 extra line of sight. That's, what, like an obelisk? An obelisk on top of the town center. And the final bonus, one that is not likely going to matter in most games, is Omniscience is much cheaper. So I believe it in fact is halved. So in this case, normally Omniscience would cost 8,600 gold, and now it costs just 4,300. This does mean that it is now feasible to obtain Omniscience in a normal game with a normal trade route. It's still going to be expensive, and frankly, you might want to just buy a whole bunch of eye gates and get a pseudo-Omniscience that way. And let's turn this into a gate, and as you can see, a little bit more line of sight. Not much, but just enough to spot enemies that little bit easier. Because normally walls without, what is that relic? Head of Office gives more line of sight to buildings. Oh, that's convenient. Without that, walls really don't have any line of sight at all. And now they do. In the Mythic Age, finally, Yog-Sothoth's ritual is the ritual of the gate. Let's actually use such Omniscience here, why not? There they are. So, the ritual of the gate is a unique one. The first thing you want to do is you want to, let's build a whole bunch of Wendigos. And now we're going to build the ritual right here. But nothing happened. That's because we need a second ritual. So let's go over here, and let's build the second one on top of this gold mine. That would be funny. Also get watchtowers, let's get guardian temples, let's build a couple twisted spires. Oh, I forgot to deal with those in the Eldritch overview. So you're gonna see that now. Twisted spires can be built by any cultist. They are similar to Eldritch towers. They are stronger, they deal less damage, and if you garrison cultists inside of them, they rapidly transform into shades that suicide bomb onto enemy units, especially myth units, dealing large amounts of damage to them. This means that if you build a couple of them right by a temple and auto-queue cultists, they are practically indestructible by units that do melee damage, due to the fact that they will have to walk up there, get suicide bombed by a horde of angry cultists, and then promptly die. Twisted Spires are also great to use aggressively, since even if their range is less, and even if they have less attack, they do have more hack armor. In addition, they deal quite a bit of crush damage and hack damage, meaning that even though if they don't do as much damage to units, they do much more damage to buildings. The Eldritch Tower Rush is best done with Twisted Spires. And we're almost ready to see the Ritual of the Gate get used. Of course, if this was a human player, they'd notice this and promptly put a stop to it. But when it's complete, oh, it's raining. Many rituals, including this one, happen to be blocked by enemy god powers. Perhaps using Ra as an enemy was a bad idea in this circumstance. So let's build a second one. And as soon as the rain stops, we now build the Ritual of the Gate. The Ritual of the Gate swaps every single unit in these locations. So it brought every single villager from over there into our base, and brought every single one of our units over here. So not only did it teleport all of our Wendigos into this location, and a fair number of our cultists that were standing around, but it also took the enemy economy and put it directly in line of all of our towers. And only 3 villagers survived, and they stole a pig, it seems. Regardless, this is similar to a full-powered shifting sands that will take every single unit in the area. It also works both ways, so instead of moving units from location A to location B, it will move the units from location B to location A as well. And it also requires you to build these buildings. That being said, it is probably the strongest Mythic Age ritual, simply because you can send one cultist of Yog-Sothoth over to build a Ritual of the Gate behind the enemy, and teleport an entire army over there. In addition, you can do the classic Shifting Sands box, wherein, say, you build, a nice box. So you build, say, a box like this. And then build the Ritual of the Gate inside of it, so when you teleport units in, they die. Yeah, so that's everything for Yog-Sothoth. Hope you have a good day.